Fortnite competitive is falling apart, and not because the players aren't good enough, not because the game got too hard, and not because people stopped watching. It's falling apart because the people in charge stopped caring. Before we talk about what's going wrong, let's talk about what this scene actually was. Because Fortnite comp was genuinely special, not because of the money, not because of the hype, but because for a short time it was fair. The best player won, the hardest worker climbed. If you put in hours, it showed. Kids were waking up early, skipping school, grinding 8 hours a day, and it paid off because the skill gap was real and it meant something. Then the World Cup happened, $40 million in prize money. A 16-year-old kid winning 3 million. The whole world was watching. That was the peak of Fortnite competitive. And nobody realized it at the time, but that was also the beginning of the end. Let's talk about the meta. Because this is where it all starts breaking down. Every season Epic adds something new. New weapons, new movement, new mechanics, and that's fine. Games are supposed to change, but not like this. Epic doesn't properly test this stuff before throwing it into competitive. They just drop it in and see what happens. Look at old comp footage, then look at now. It doesn't even look like the same game. Back then the best player won, now the winner is whoever figured out the broken thing fastest and spammed it every single game. Not because they were more creative, not because they were more skilled, just because Epic didn't do their job. And the players who spent months mastering their mechanics, they have to start completely over every single season. Because nothing they learned matters anymore. So why even grind? And that brings us to the real issue. Epic doesn't care about competitive Fortnite. Not because they say it out loud, because their actions prove it. After the World Cup, everyone expected more, bigger events, better formats, a real path for players to go pro. Instead, prize pools got cut, tournaments become less consistent, and the arena, the ranked mode that every comp player grinded for years, just got removed. No real warning, no proper replacement, just gone. Look at Valorant, look at TS2, look at League of Legends. These games build real esports structure, real leagues, real careers for players. Fortnite had the single best esport moment in the history with the World Cup, and they did absolutely nothing with it. Not because they couldn't afford it, not because the audience wasn't there, because competitive was never the priority. It was always just a marketing tool, and once it stopped selling the game, they moved on. Then there's cheating, and this isn't a small side issue. This is one of the main reasons serious comp players are walking away. The higher you climb in Fortnite comp, the more you see things that just don't add up. Edits no human can physically do, aim that locks through walls, movement that breaks the laws of the game, and not because these players are just insanely good, because they're cheating in ranked, in tournaments, openly. You report them, nothing happens. Same account, same tournaments, same cheats, week after week. The anti-cheat in Fortnite is one of the weakest in any competitive game right now, and Epic knows it. You cannot build a real competitive scene without consequences for cheating. It destroys the grind, it destroys the results, it destroys the trust. And not because players don't want clean competition, they desperately do. Epic just won't give it to them. And on top of all of that, the community itself is exhausted. Come Twitter, Discord servers, comment sections. It's one of the most draining places to exist in gaming right now. Constant drama, players clipping each other, arguments about who deserves to be called competitive, and not because comp players are bad people, but because the environment Epic created, broken metas, no real ranked system, no anti-cheat, breeds frustration. When the game feels unfair, people get angry, and that anger shows somewhere. It goes into the community and it makes everything worse. So is Fortnite competitive completely dead? No, not yet. There are still players who love this game and more than anything, still incredible talent, still moments that remind you why the scene had so much potential, but the foundation is cracked. The meta keeps breaking, the anti-cheat stays weak, the prize pools keep shrinking, and the players who built this scene from nothing, they're slowly walking away. Not because they gave up, not because they stopped loving this game, but because nobody at Epic is giving them a reason to stay.